This nigga right here, you understand me?
We on this thing.
They don't got no sticks or nothing in the city. This nigga got the baseball bat, man.
And put it in the fire.
This nigga turn it over the wood with the bat.
Man, we probably could do what they're for.
Now that right there is the rap artist formerly known as Lowlife, which is 1/3 of the rap group Fifth Ward Boys. Well, when my brother took me over to his house to talk legitimate, righteous business, I learned that he no longer go by the name of Lowlife. He now go by the name of New Life. I quickly learned I was in the right place because this new way of conducting business is about to lead to a new way of living. This new way of living is about to lead to a new life. Are y'all aware that 3 Hollywood movies with Hollywood actors have been filmed in Marlin, Texas? Fair use disclaimer. Warning. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures. This is called fair use and is allowed for the purpose of criticism, news reporting, teaching. Because I'm gonna teach you how the 3 movies made in Marlin, Texas line up with my life. Starting with the movie Leadbelly. Leadbelly showed my love for music. I share with you all the talent show story of Slugger and myself sharing the stage at the beginning of my journey. Well, later in my journey, my brother introduced me to Lowlife of the Fifth Ward Boys. Well, they had a show at the Bronco Bowl in Dallas. And if you're familiar with Bronco Bowl, that's an arena, meaning they had the upper deck, they had the middle row section, and then they had the ground level. Well, Petey Pablo, you remember? Take your shade off and wave it like a helicopter. Yeah, that's when he was hot. Lil Jon and the East Side Boys, B.I.B.I. Yeah, King of Crunk had the building. Yeah, kind of reminded me of me and Slugger when we, yeah. Okay, well, Trick Daddy and Trina performed. Hey, Trick Daddy called a female at the audience. She was there with a boyfriend. If that was my girlfriend, when she got off the stage, yeah, you single. Yeah, you single. Anyway, Fifth Ward Boys, when they came on stage, I went out on stage with them. They performed the song Pussy, Weed, and Alcohol. They allowed females to get on stage. Hey man, them females was up on me. They thought I was already famous and stuff. They was up on me. They didn't know I was broke. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, this is the second time. Remember that number 2? This is the second time that someone who I have shared the stage with have changed their name. I watched Slugger go from Slugger to Minister Slugger. I watched Lowlife go from Lowlife to New Life. And when he welcomed me to his house, yeah, to his home, you know what I'm saying, to the barbecue when I just got out of jail and we were discussing business and he was explaining to me how he done changed his life to New Life. And I was just now stepping out on this new path of recording, putting the camera in my personal business. I used to run from help. That's right, that's me. The back street, I prefer chilling in the backyard, ducked off out the way individual. Yeah, that real street nigga. Ain't doing all that talking on no telephone, ain't catch me in too many pictures, less known trying to video record me. Because my level of paranoid thinking had me thinking that my pictures would allow those who didn't know what I looked like the chance to put a face with the name. I never recorded a demo, mix CD, or album. But you see me recording this footage. The flags are at half-staff in remembrance of President Nelson Mandela. See, the first movie made in Marlin was Leadbelly. The second movie made in Marlin is called Infamous. Out of all the names they could have chose, the second Hollywood movie, meaning movie number 2, you know, like baseball, strike 2. Yeah, the second movie that Hollywood, California, West Coast, have filmed in little small town Marlin, Texas is called Infamous. Okay, infamous etymology. Etymology is the breakdown, the study, and the origin of a word. Well, the word infamous is an interesting word. The prefix "in" means not, so it's easy to assume that infamous mean not famous or unknown. In this case, however, the word comes from the original meaning of famous, which is to have good reputation. So to be infamous means to have bad reputation. Famous, good reputation. Infamous, bad reputation. So the name infamous is to have bad reputation. When you hear me say I am, what I am saying is I am Marlin. Don't Marlin got a bad reputation going right now?
Big questions about Marlin schools this weekend.
Marlin ISD has been all the talk.
But a week before graduation, only 5 were eligible to graduate.
Texas Education Agency has revoked the accreditation of the Marlin Independent School District.
Marlin ISD postponed their graduation.
The state no longer recognizes them as a public school district.
Don't Marlin got a bad reputation going right now?
Lauren Gordon, these are the kennels where it all started.
And another issue they've been dealing with in the city is the Humane Society.
The story has gained the attention and support from people all across the country.
And we are tracking the latest developments in the allegations against the city of Marlin.
Well, people in Marlin are searching for answers after dead and starving dogs.
Allegations of animal neglect and the reports of dead dogs.
Since then, the Justice for Marlin Dogs group has been petitioning for the Texas Rangers to open an investigation, and they finally succeeded. News 10's Isabella Quintanilla has the latest.
In a protest outside Marlin City Hall Saturday morning.
Are y'all aware that 3 Hollywood movies with Hollywood actors have been filmed in Marlin, Texas? The movie Lead Belly was released May the 28th, 1976. The Man and His Love for Music. Well, 30 years later, Hollywood returned. How could they have known in advance? I mean, what's so special about little small Marlin, Texas, that Hollywood, California, the West Coast, keep coming down meeting here? So, 2006, Hollywood, California came back to Marlin to film for the second time a film called Bad Reputation. How could they have known in advance? Guess where majority of the movie was filmed at? Falls County Courthouse. When you hear me say I am, what I'm saying is I am Marlin. I am Mr. Bledsoe. And I got a bad reputation from Falls County Courthouse. Falls County Courthouse sit on the corner of Highway 6 and Highway 7, which have been given different coded names. If you from Marlin or familiar with Marlin, Mr. Bledsoe have shared with you how to enter the underground tunnels. Mr. Bledsoe have shared the hidden well. Mr. Bledsoe is sharing with you all that the Falls County Courthouse is not on Live Oak Street. The 4 streets surrounding the courthouse have coded meanings. Example, Highway Business 6 have 2 more names. The name in front of the courthouse is called Crake Street. Go to Google and search what is the meaning of crake. Crake or crack is a term for news, gossip, fun, entertainment, and enjoyable conversation. They're able to enjoy the fun, gossiping, entertainment, conversation because Crake Street go through the red light and change to William Street. Same road turned from Crake Street to William Street. Okay, Google search. What is the meaning of William? Meaning helmet of protection or resolute protector. See, they cracking on us because they got that helmet of protection. All right, well, just like Highway 6 have 2 names, Texas Highway 7 have 2 names also. And the name in front of the courthouse is called Bridge Street. Yes, Bridge Street. Well, what is a bridge? A bridge is something that is used to help you safely cross an obstacle. Whether the bridge was built over the railroad system, and yes, Marlin had a railroad system that was reeling them in by the box carts. I'm gonna show you. Whether the bridge was built over troubled waters, in the case of Marlin, healing curative waters, which cost us a fortune. And speaking of fortune, isn't you aware that the New York Stock Exchange was founded on May the 17th, 1792, when 24 New York City stockbrokers and merchants signed the Buttonwood Agreement under the Buttonwood tree outside of 68 Wall Street? The agreement was a response to the first financial panic. The brokers later moved to the Tontine Coffee House to trade, while others continued trading on the streets. In 1817, the exchange was officially named the New York Stock and Exchange Board. 1863, it became the New York Stock Exchange. The New York Stock Exchange is the world's largest stock exchange by market capitalization and is considered the busiest and most important financial market in the world. That's right. It starts on the east. Yes, New York, the East Coast, the largest, as in the most populated city in the United States of America, the home of Wall Street, the stock market. Before it was traded worldwide, it was a stock that was exchanged. Google what the meaning of manifest in shipping terms. A cargo shipping manifest is a detailed document that itemizes all the goods being shipped on a container or cargo ship. It is a comprehensive list that includes details like the nature of the good, the number of packages, the weight and volume of each, and the name of both the shipper and receiver. Repeat, a detailed document. That's right. New York knowing how many Lambos, Mercedes, BMW, Honda cars, Toshiba, Vizio, flat screen TVs. New York know about all the goodies before you do. Well, New York, the East Coast, heard about a little small town in Texas that has some miracle waters. Here's the old newspaper clip listing some of the illnesses that the natural alkaline laxative hot waters from the deep wells furnishes relief from. Constipation, rheumatism, malaria, high blood pressure, diabetes, stomach trouble, skin and blood diseases, etc. Come drink to your health and bathe in these famous waters. Thousands come yearly for their health vacation. Marlin, it's in Texas. Indeed, an oasis of health in a paradise of flowers and trees, a delightful place to play as well as to stay, a popular pleasure and health resort. Golf and other sports, on excellent paved highways and special round-trip rates on all railroads. Free booklet, send for this free booklet, health awaits you. Wright Department, Chamber of Commerce, Marlin, Texas. The city of Marlin, Municipal Hajia, where healing water flows, 247,000 gallons daily. Hot well number 1 was drilled in 1893 with the depth of 3,350 feet with the temperature of 147 degrees Fahrenheit. Analysis of the water was performed by Professor E. Everett with the PhD of University of Texas. The combining components to make up this healing water consist of calcium sulfate with 3.95, sodium chloride with 112.39, sulfate of potassium with 0.80. We got sulfate of with 312.32. We have sulfate of iron with 3.02. We have sulfate of aluminum 12.20. We have sulfate of magnesium with 16.15. We have sulfate of lime with 34. Bicarbonate with 11.66, insoluble matter 1.88, with the total grains per gallon of 508.47, which is stated from the plaque posted 1927. As you can see, the information is still attached to the Marlin Chamber of Commerce, which is still attached to the hot water well. Now let me share with y'all how cold this story is, man, cause it's cold, man. And speaking on cold, man, Chambers of Commerce is located on Coleman Street. Mineral Springs railroads attracted luxury hotels, bathhouses, and baseball to ag-based Marlin. David Stone, Our Town Temple, wrote, in the early 1900s, a small city of Marlin was booming thanks to its once famous hot mineral waters. The hot spring discovered in 1882 led to a dozen bathhouses and first-class hotels being located in a central Texas community where cotton reigned supreme for years. Conrad Hilton, known for his chain of luxury inns, built his 8th hotel in Marlin to accommodate visitors to the popular Marlin sanatorium bathhouses. Well, when New York, and I'm talking about the East Coast, you know, the stock and trade markets, the ones who know about all the goodies before everyone else. Yes, when New York got word of the healing waters. And the reason I say it got word of in 1903 marked the beginning of major league interest in Marlin and its many amenities. Ted Sullivan, the executive administrator of the Texas League, was promoting the state as a location for spring training. He was buddied with Charles Comiskey, the owner of Chicago American baseball team, and he wrote to the Marlin city official February 1903 to inquire about the city's interest in hosting the Americans for spring training. Marlin jumped at the opportunity, and Comiskey wrote back the following week. He said the timeline was too short for the 1903, but said the American will be there the following year. Well, Chicago changed the team name to White Sox prior to the 1904 season, but they came and trained at the freshly upgraded ball field and the fairgrounds. 4 reporters from Chicago newspaper, and yes, this is before TV and the internet, so you got to know how important the reporters are. The 4 reporters from Chicago newspaper accompanied the Sox and reported on the team progress and events of the new spring home, promoting the Marlin Democrat to report. 1 million people for possibly the first time have learned Marlin location on the map. Let me repeat. This is the big city news reporters giving a little small, slow country town a pointer, telling the Marlin Democrat to report. 1 million people for possibly the first time have learned Marlin location on the map.